Pictures are hard early photography and its challenges. Early photography was a complicated business. It wasn't as simple as pointing and shooting like we do today. One of the first photographic processes, called daguerreotype, was invented in 1839. This process used metal plates to capture images. It was very exciting for people at the time. Imagine, for the first time, being able to create a lasting image. However, there were challenges. The process was slow and required technical expertise. Also, the chemicals used were dangerous. Despite these drawbacks, photography quickly gained popularity. People were eager to have their portraits taken. It was a novelty and a luxury. The first photographic studios started appearing. Holding still. Why nobody smiled in old photos? Have you ever noticed how serious everyone looks in old photographs? It's not because they were unhappy. The reason is simple: exposure time. Early photographs required subjects to sit very still for long periods. We're talking minutes, not seconds. Imagine holding a smile for that long. It would be impossible. The long exposure time meant any movement would result in a blurry image. So people were instructed to stay as still as possible. They often used props like headrests and stands to help them stay in position. This is why old photos often depict people in stiff, formal poses. It wasn't about looking serious, it was about looking clear. Serious poses: how art influenced early photography. Early photographers were also influenced by traditional portrait painting. In those days, portraits were considered a serious art form. They were meant to convey the subject's status and character. Paintings often depicted people in formal poses with serious expressions. They rarely smiled. Photographers wanted their work to be seen as art too. They adopted similar posing and composition techniques from paintings. They believed it gave their photographs a sense of dignity and importance. This artistic influence further contributed to the lack of smiles in early photographs. Section 4. Social smiles: why showing teeth was frowned upon. Believe it or not, social etiquette also played a role in why people didn't smile in old photographs. Back then, showing your teeth in a photograph was considered impolite, even vulgar. A wide, toothy grin was often associated with lower classes or unruly children. Furthermore, dental care wasn't what it is today. Many people had poor teeth or missing teeth. A closed-mouth smile was simply more flattering. It hid any dental imperfections and maintained a sense of decorum. Section 5. Kodak moment: capturing life's fleeting smiles. The invention of the Kodak camera in 1888 revolutionized photography. Kodak introduced the concept of snapshot photography. Their cameras were portable, easy to use, and affordable. Suddenly anyone could be a photographer. Kodak's slogan, "You press the button, we do the rest," emphasized the simplicity of their cameras. The development of faster film also significantly reduced exposure times. People no longer had to hold a pose for minutes on end. This allowed for more natural and candid photographs. Section 6. Say cheese: the evolution of smiles in photography. As photography became more accessible and spontaneous, people started smiling more naturally in photographs. They were no longer bound by the constraints of long exposures and formal poses. The Kodak revolution democratized photography, and with it, the way people expressed themselves in front of the camera. Today, a smile is almost a reflex when someone points a camera at us. We've come a long way from the stern-faced portraits of the past. The evolution of photography technology, social norms, and our relationship with the camera have all contributed to this change. Now, we can capture and share life's precious moments with a genuine smile.